advocate for sustainability doesn't require you to wear a lab coat. It doesn't require you to be a surgeon, a lawyer, a mental health practitioner. It doesn't require a lot of education. In my opinion, being an advocate for sustainability, you just need to be human and you would need to care for the earth that you live in. So I'm going to break it down to y'all in a way that is very simple. There are shows out there like Avatar: The Last Airbender, Legend of Korra, Captain Planet and the Planeteers. All of those are very classic examples with 4 elements of earth, wind or air, fire, and water. First element is earth. Behind me, you got a lot of trees, very green trees. I think we need more of them. Unfortunately, you go to places like the Amazon rainforest, and they're cutting down trees a lot quicker than they're being grown. So instead of cutting down trees and replanting the same tree that they cut, they're just going to cut them down because they need to build houses, they need to make more pencils. Oh, but never mind the animals that live there. So they don't need a home? What would happen if somebody just took away your home for no reason? Or they take it away for a reason that's very arbitrary? That's a problem. You have air. Places like the Bronx, New York, unfortunately have been over-encumbered by air that is highly polluted, either from factories or from cars. Lots and lots of cars. This affects children in a way that they develop asthma at a very young age, and then it becomes very severe when they become adults. I know of a couple of people who came from the Bronx, and they are a product of that. That's a problem. And you have fire. I 110% understand when people build a campfire and they want to have fun and they cook s'mores. I 110% understand if somebody needs to build a fire to become warmer when they're cold. But a few months ago, there were people in Australia who set fires on purpose, which led to animals dying. That's a problem. In Oswego, there's a lot of water. The Nile River, it's not the only river that flows north. The Oswego River flows north into Lake Ontario. Lake Ontario, the water level is rising significantly, to the point where there was a place that's by the lake that is almost over encumbered with water. A couple times they thought about closing the place down. Then you go to places like the Ganges River in India. Highly, highly polluted. And people are just throwing trash in the river like if it was a landfill or a trash can. This is the water that we drink. And then people in Flint, Michigan there's some people in Flint that still don't have clean water. That's a problem. Y'all see this? All of this? Yep. A lot of people would say the things that are in front of me, the things that are in front of me right now, are trash. Very often, I would find newspapers, paper towel rolls, toilet paper rolls, plastic bags, bubble wrap, cardboard. I would find all of this stuff in places like the lake, trees, blowing around in the street. That's a problem. I've been doing a lot of soul searching for a minute. And to be honest, I'm still doing it right now. But the more I do this soul searching, the more that I think and contemplate about my life and all of the choices that I made, the more I realize that pollution and the lack of recycling has really gotten out of hand. The more I think about it, the more I try to be proactive about it. So on the Summer Equinox of 2019, I made the decision to turn all of this stuff into art. and I haven't looked back since. Y'all go right ahead. Go ahead and call it trash. I don't see trash. When I see newspapers, when I see bottle caps, toilet paper rolls, cardboard, all this other stuff, I don't see trash. I turn recycled material into artwork. There's clearly an alternative to this kind of stuff. In my mind, suicide prevention and sustainability go pretty much hand in hand with each other. On one side of the spectrum, you have sustainability. If the world tends to look a way that's not pleasing, it may drive somebody over the edge. With suicide prevention, if people keep killing themselves, then there won't be enough manpower or enough people to help keep this world clean. Both of these go hand in hand with each other. When I sit here and I roll my newspapers, I cut up plarn, I paint newspapers, or I cut cardboard, it's a lot of stress relief. A lot of people would see my artwork and they're like, wow, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. It does. It takes a lot of time and effort. But in my mind, it's worth it because each time I roll these tubes of newspaper, each time I crochet my plarn, I'm that closer to making this world much better. Ultimately, I have a few aims for my channel. I want to shed light on the topic of sustainability. I want to empower people to prevent others from committing suicide. And I also want to share my gift of art. It's a lot of fun doing what I'm doing, at least I think so. And I've been making a lot of wonderful things with recycled material out of these newspaper tubes, plastic bags, you name it. An example of which would be these crosses. I could make crosses out of many different shapes and sizes. A very common thing that I do are these wall hangings that are made of flowers, that are flowers. Single-use plastic bags to reusable bags. This is made out of plarn. And just so y'all know, I do have an Etsy page. I'm gonna put the link to my Etsy page in the description down below. I also have Instagram. That's also gonna be down below in the description. Ultimately, when it comes down to the issue of sustainability, people have a couple of choices. They could either recognize it and not do anything about it, or they can recognize something with the pollution and they could speak up. Same thing with suicide prevention. We all know very well that people unfortunately kill themselves, and it happens very often. We could either A, sit as a bystander, or B, we can speak up and speak out and serve as an advocate for those who are going through hardship. I feel that this channel is a great avenue to both sustainability and suicide prevention. And I'm going to be leading y'all every step of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, before we part ways and leave, I have a relatively important question to ask of you. If you went to sleep tonight and you didn't wake up the next day, would you truly be satisfied with the life that you've lived? If the answer is no, it is most advantageous for you to do some soul searching and to re-examine your life, because there's a lot of things out there that discriminate. Death, however, does not discriminate. I'd like to thank you all for your time and for watching this video. If this is your first time, subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate the company. I leave you all with much love, good spirits, and vibes. Until next time, I'll see you later.
Gage, come here! Floyd, come here! Do it